And welcome to an all new night or an all new show of Wrestling's Road Trip After Hours. I'm your host, Mac Davis, and of course, that is WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. Teddy Long. Hey, Teddy.
What day is this?
This is Wednesday.
I sat down there and I listened to that intro and I feel like I've slept for 2 days.
We're going to play the other one. I was going to play a different one, one of the older ones that we just had not long ago, Teddy. And I realized that it talks about Thursday. So I
Okay.
was like, okay, I can't use that because we're now on a new night. Hello again, everybody, and welcome into the room. We certainly appreciate it. Make sure you share this around, let more people know that we are live. I really want to come to you guys and ask a lot more questions than we do in the past. I know a lot of you stop by and say hello, but I'm going to even throw up a topic or two maybe and chime in. Let me know what you think because we want to make this as much of an experience for both us here on the screen and you watching right now. If we just have a conversation all together.
And
Teddy,
also, I wanted to let them know too. This is our first brand new night. Wednesday night we're starting, and this is the night that the best question will get a after hours hat.
absolutely will. The one you see on my head right now,
No,
that hat.
don't advertise your head. Just take the hat off.
No, I got to leave that hat on right now because I didn't shave. So
Oh, oh, wow.
that's why I'm wearing a hat tonight.
Okay.
It helps. It's kind of like the sunglasses. I mean, or the darker glasses. You get that. Let's see, Pee Wee. Yes, we did send out your hat. By the way, I see you in the room. We did send out your hat, so no worries there. You should see it soon. Teddy, let me tell you how I woke up today. I wake up and I generally check my emails and just, social media, see if there's anything I need to be aware of. And I see I get a new follower on X. Guess who it is?
I have no idea.
John Cena.
Oh, okay.
I get of course, the first thing I think to myself is this is just bullshit. Somebody is yanking my chain. It's the blue mark check verified John Cena account. So if John Cena ever sees this, hey, thank you for the ad. I certainly appreciate that. And Teddy and I would love to have you on the show if you're ever interested. Just throwing
Yeah,
that
we
out there.
certainly would appreciate that, man. And thanks for following us. Thank you very much. Thanks. Had a chance to talk with him at Vince's birthday party. Him and I
Yeah.
were there, and I hadn't seen him in a while. Still looks good and doing what he do.
I can't imagine quitting as easy as he did. I mean, some guys, it's very hard to walk away as a wrestling performer because it's so into you. And it's not just because you're used to doing it, but you're used to the adrenaline rush that you get by performing. That is just as addictive of a drug as anything else that's out there in the world. And some of these guys, I find it very hard to walk away. John doesn't seem to have that problem, Teddy.
Well, I mean, sometimes you can walk away, and it really means something. And I think this time, when he walked away, it meant something to him,
Yeah.
and a lot of the fans. And I think that's how, when it should have meant something to the whole entire wrestling world. All of the guys that were there that night, all of the guys that had the opportunity to work with him in the ring, however you feel about him, he still was a nice guy.
Yeah.
So let's do the right thing. And like I said, I'm just happy to see he went out like he did. And I think he's gonna have a good career in the movie business. I've seen some stuff that he's done, and I think he'll be all right there.
Oh, I'm sure he'll do fine in Hollywood. And the only thing I would ever want to ask him and see if I can get a real answer would be, was he really happy with the way his retirement played out? I would love to know the honest, brutal truth because a big part of me still believes that he just did what he was asked to do. And that's what he did because that's the kind of guy that he is. But at the
Well,
same time,
hopefully he'll agree to come on the show, and maybe you'll get a chance to ask him that
man, that'd be great.
since he followed you.
Man, that was, like again, I had to make sure first because I don't like getting played. So, Teddy, we got a few things in the mailbag I want to go to. I do want to let everybody know the reason why we have switched to Wednesday nights. I don't think many people really mind what night it is, to be honest with you, but we switched because I'll be doing a new show with JCW, Juggalo Championship Wrestling, in their lunacy television programs. As soon as they end, we'll go live, myself and Ring Rat Page, for a post show. So it should be a lot of fun. We are scrambling at this point right now to get everything finished before we go live. But that's the reason for the move for why we are on Wednesday nights, because Teddy and I, we can talk Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. We don't care. We just turn on the microphones and that's all we need to do.
You speak for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, you did go this past weekend. I understand Abby was had his big birthday party this past weekend. Had somewhat of a turnout, I guess. I didn't get to see many pictures there, Teddy. Anything from the that night you can talk about?
Well, let's see. Some of the talent were there that I guess that was supposed to have been there. They had 2 nights of it. I was there. Tony Atlas, Robert of the Rock and Roll Express, Paul Lee of on the independent scene out here with us.
Paul Lee is the guy, for a lot of you who are not sure. He's an independent wrestler up in the North Georgia area, and he's been around in other places as well. But Paul Lee is kind of like a throwback to the early days of Ric Flair with the woo and stuff like that. And he's still, if you see him in public, he's still going to play that role when you see him. Is he changed at all, Teddy?
No.
Yeah, man. He's busy. He's one of those notable Georgia workers.
Yeah, he's a real nice guy too, man. And he's got a great kid there, a couple of kids, and one of them there is Peyton. And I think Peyton got a transplant. I'm not sure what it was, so I don't want to say it, but I know he received a transplant, but he's doing good, man. And
good.
So good for Peyton. And Paul Lee was there. Let's see, Tony Atlas, myself, Robert.
Did I see Buff Bagwell there?
Mike. No, well, Buff Bagwell, they say, was there Saturday night. I didn't go Saturday night. But Friday, just I think Abby was late getting there or something, and I just waited, and so I just felt, it was basically after 8:30. So I'm like, man, then somebody said that he wasn't gonna be able, he wasn't coming. So I really have nothing to report, but I was there, and like I said, I left, and they did say that he did show up around 9:30. So
and I did see some pictures. He was in this kind of a white suit, I guess, with some flowers around him or something like that.
Yeah, but you can't show up at 9:30 and your event starts at 7, and I don't know.
Yeah, you know how it is, Teddy. Sometimes those who aren't in the business don't fully understand how to handle certain things. And, and I'm sure, if Abby were asked, he probably would have said, no, you can't do that. You got to do it like this. But I'm glad to see that
other than that,
folks who showed up.
Other than that, like I said, I think they did the very best that they could do for him. From what I heard, they put on a decent event at both nights, and Abby was happy, so that's the main thing, because they wanted to make sure he was happy. So if he was happy with it, then I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I agree. Ms. John is in the room saying, "Hey, Mac and Teddy, good to see you, brother."
Hey, we good to see you too, man. Good to hear from you, man. And be sure to tell your son I said hello and keep up the good work.
I was just trying to figure out, what is his son's name?
His son is the podcaster that we had on the show.
John, remind us what your son's name is, because I can't recall to save my soul. Very talented. Man, you talk about personality. Oh, my God. Ms. John, good to see you in here. We also have, let's see, Christian in the room saying, yo, what up, guys? Good to see you, Christian.
All right. Let me see. Can I make that out? That is Christian Rodriguez
Espino, not Speedo.
Okay.
Teddy, you ever wore a Speedo?
Yes.
Oh, my God. No, tell me you haven't.
Yes, I did.
No. That must have been when you were hanging out with Devon.
Yes. And Devon wore one too. His was a little small, so that made it better because it was tight.
It was. Oh God, Devon, I'm sorry, brother. I don't know why I brought you into this.
And if y'all want to know who we talking about my husband, Devon Dudley. That's who we talking about. Okay, so don't try to hide nothing.
Man, Devon, brother, you have been in the news left and right lately over, he said kind of stuff, brother. I just want to say, keep your head up. Don't just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
Uh,
man. Like I said, it's just, people gonna just take stuff and run with it. You know what I mean? So what you got to really understand in this business, what's gonna happen is gonna happen.
yeah,
There's nothing you can do about it, so don't worry about it. Just be smart enough to know when it's happening to you. That's how you avoid it. But you don't let nobody know. Once they know, then you're really gonna, you ain't got a
yeah.
chance. So just, do what you do and tell the truth. If
Dave,
somebody's mad at me for speaking the truth, then I don't care. I'm just, as long as I'm telling you the truth.
yeah, and I'm glad to see that it never got heated. The conversation between the two, him and Jim Ross, is what we're talking about, and it's never gotten heated. It's just been back and forth, kind of what their opinions were, and that was it. That is cool to see. I don't see anybody going at the jugular on the other person, but
Right.
I like the fact that people can speak
And,
their
and that's
truths.
good. If they are there, if they can sit down and talk together and get the problem solved, that's the best thing in the world. But
Yeah,
see, you got some that you can't even sit down and talk to.
no,
It's either my way or no other way at all.
and you want to make sure that when you sit down, that the conversation is a real conversation.
Right. That
Uh,
that's another thing, because
yep,
boy, they'll look right at you and lie just right straight out.
yep. Dave Crone is in the room. Dave, we look forward to seeing you at Fan Fest in St. Louis as well. That's some other news that we just found out over the last week. Teddy and I will both be going to Fan Fest 4, which is taking place in St. Louis, in the St. Louis area. Again, Herb Simmons will be going into the
Well,
Hall of Fame this year. Go ahead, Teddy.
it's in Illinois now. It's somewhere, not in the St. Louis area.
Yeah, it's just outside. It's right on the other side of the state lines, is what I
Okay.
understand. Because I think it helps with a lot of reasons. But yeah, basically, it's in the St. Louis area, though,
Okay.
as a bigger metropolis. I believe. I think it's Fairview, maybe Fairview Heights, Illinois. I think that may be it. And I wish I had the graphic up, but I do not have the graphic put together yet because I got to do a video for it. Uh,
Yeah.
but uh, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of people there already announced. I saw the Barbarians, and the Warlord and the Barbarian will be there. I think, if I understood that right. Who else do we have? Oh, Mick Foley will be there one night doing his one-man show. I think that'll be on the Friday night of the 2-day weekend. And I promise you, between now and then, you'll be hearing us talk about that because it's one of our favorite shows. And
Yeah.
we'll have some guests on here as well as we lead up to it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. Christian, he's laughing at the thought of you in the Speedo. Yeah.
I'm laughing at it too.
Oh God. Let's see. Collect Vision Media saying, I think open conversation is the way to go. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And Dave is confirming it is Fairview Heights, Illinois.
Okay,
In case
gotcha.
anybody is thinking, about going. And by the way, do that. Get your tickets now. You can also be a vendor. For those of you who are watching right now, I know we have some of the vendors who do come through here. Tony Hunter being one of those guys that comes through here quite often. And if you'd like to be a vendor for this event, all you have to do is go to sicw.org. And that'll take you right to the site and the information you need for tickets to go to the event, or if you want to be a vendor to be a part of the event. And Teddy, I think with all that said, it's time to go in the mailbag.
Letters, oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day. Mailman, mailman, mail today. Reach right in and pull one out. Those letters, I love those letters. Let's find out what you got to say.
Oh boy!
Mailman, mail today.
And just before we get into the mailbag, a reminder, if you want to be a part of the show, all you have to do is leave us a comment in the comments section. And when we get to them, we are going to pull from these comments tonight as to the winner of a brand new after hours ball cap.
I was just looking in the background here, and I guess people are looking at me like I'm in a warehouse somewhere.
I don't know if you noticed, I'm in the studio tonight. Did you see that?
Yeah, I was gonna say this too. Everybody that I know that do the podcast, they got their headsets on and they're sitting at the table, like the broadcast booth. And I never really thought about that. I'm just real, man. I'm a single man. I'm here, me and Rufus, and this is the other bedroom here. that I turned into the podcast room. So I got some stuff in here on the wall, but it is kind of a warehouse. I got an old TV box back there behind me and a bunch of stuff.
Now, how long has that stuff been packed up, Teddy? Because I mean, you've been
I've
living
been
there
here
now. How
about
long?
I've been here about a little over a year, but it's really not packed up. It's just the box I saved in case the TV or something happened. I could put it back in the box if I had to take it back or something.
So you don't have stuff still packed up that you haven't unpacked for the.
Oh no! If it ain't got unpacked by now, it ain't gonna get unpacked.
Oh God, we're starting to fall. A lot of folks popping in here all of a sudden. Let's see.
All right, let's go.
Falls count everywhere. Good to see you here on Wednesdays. Will be announced soon to be at FanFest 4 as well. And look here, we look forward to that. I actually was thinking about this the other night because you guys were a blast to hang with and have a conversation with. So please make time. If there's a slot I can slide into, because I know you guys stay busy. I would love to stop by and just do what we did last time, talk about wrestling and our thoughts, because we didn't always agree. So.
I got to straighten something out. I said at first when I was describing my home here, I'm a single man. Well, I'm not a single man. I'm Denise. Sorry about that. My bad.
Hang on. I just got a message from Denise.
Oh,
it's your obituary. I see. She's already got it written up for you, Teddy.
Yeah.
Brother.
Oh, man.
Oh, you know you're going to hear about that as soon as you hang up tonight. That's it. That's the first call.
Well, that's why I thought I'd like my apology. I'm just trying to let the people know I live just me and the dog.
Let's see. Steve. Hey, Steve. How was Butch Reed chosen as the Black Scorpion that Sting fought at Clash of the Champions? I thought he was a better Black Scorpion than Flair.
Well, I don't know. Whoever the booker was at that time, Major Ole might have been back there. I guess probably. I mean, he probably made that decision right there to have Butch do that. I don't even remember that.
You know what's funny is that I hear people put down the Black Scorpion angle, and as a fan of wrestling at that time, I actually enjoyed it. I thought anytime that you give me a mystery person that appears over and over again, you try to figure out who is this. That's
and the way that
good.
the way that he did it, he'd appear in the rafters and shit, just out of the blue. It was like a mystery. That was good stuff, man.
Yeah, they panned it for so many years about the Black Scorpion. I even did in independent wrestling. We did an angle where we stole the Black Scorpion. I mean, just stole the idea flat out because it worked so well, and people did buy into it. So it's fun.
They could see it live.
Yep. Let's see. Teddy Long got a strategy to his room. Okay.
Yes, I do.
What is that right behind you, Teddy, that's on the table itself?
Oh, I don't know. You talking about
okay.
Talking about my bear here?
Well, no, it looks like you got a little black cup behind you. Is that a goblet? You got like a mini Diddy cup? No. That's that's a good piece. No, it's way behind you way back there. There you go. What is that?
What you drink out of right here. You just pour a little juice in and you drink from it.
You just need to jewel that thing up, brother. Do it like Snoop.
Well, no. And I have a little microphone back there.
You do have a microphone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Your quality of your microphone through the phone, by the way, is always really good. I'm surprised by that. Let's see. Ryan Brown saying, hey, how are you guys doing? Miss seeing you guys. Would you like to see y'all back Deep South Wrestling soon? Teddy, actually, isn't there something happening with Deep South?
Well, I think I did talk with Nick Patrick. I think there's a show coming up with them February 21st, 22nd, I believe, in Atlanta. Something where I don't have that location right now. He hadn't got that to me. But they are going to be doing something in February, and I was invited to come there, so I'll be a big part of that. And then, Mac, if I know if you're available, you'll be right there with us.
If it's for Nick, I'll be there. And as long as it's like you say, if I'm available, I will be there.
Yeah.
So let's see. We also have Dave saying, would love to see Maven Huffman on your podcast sometime. And Teddy, SmackDown is not the same without you. Best SmackDown general manager, hands down, player.
Well, hey, I really appreciate that. And thank you very much for that. And I'd like to, we'd like to talk to Maven Huffman too, because I've been watching him too. He's got a lot of interesting stuff that he's been talking about. Him and I have always been cool. So maybe we can make that happen. We'd certainly like to get him too.
Yeah, Maven and his YouTube channel, and it's not just him. He's helped some other guys too. I believe it's the same group that Devon Dudley may be connected with. I think that's how Devon got started into his podcast, and Devon's podcasts are great too.
Yeah,
these. It's eyeballs on the product. Let's see. Ms. John Smith saying good storytelling. And I think he's talking about the Black Scorpion thing we were just mentioning a moment ago. It was good storytelling. And in fact, Steve is saying that, hell yeah, Mac, steal more shit. When talking about when I stole the idea about the Black Scorpion.
Of course he will. You ain't got to tell him.
Oh, and here's the name we couldn't remember. It is Houston Genius.
Yes, all right.
All right, let's see. Let's go into the mailbag. We opened that a few minutes ago. We're almost out of time. Aaron on X writes, do you have any stories about crazy fan interactions?
No, well, I got one that's pretty old, but back when in the day, we used to go to Montgomery, Alabama, and they had this lady that would always be right there on the front row, and she always she dipped that snuff, which they put in whatever, the snuff. But anyway, you always had to stay away from her, man. But a lot of guys would mess with her, but they was able to get away from her. But one night, they couldn't get away from her, and she caught him right with that snuff. Oh, just spit it all over him, brother.
Yeah,
but that's what the highlight of the night was, her and some wrestler. But everybody would almost get away from it. They may get a little bit, but one night she got one of them, brother. I'm talking. Well, they set him up. The boys did. Oh. They didn't tell him. Yeah, I remember it now. Yeah, be sure you mess with the old lady with the snuff in the cup. Yeah, they didn't tell him.
Oh, that's wrong. And they were probably busting out laughing the entire time.
Oh God, everybody was dying, man. But God, that was so nasty.
Let's see. Final boss. Hey, brother, great to see you in here. Hey, Teddy. Hey, Mac. I'd love to hear what your feelings were like when NWA was sold to Ted Turner and rebranded as WCW.
Well, I mean, I don't really have no comment about that. That's on the business side. And I think whatever they done, they did it what was best for business and whoever had the most money. But like I said, good thing for NWA, they were able to get it over to WCW. They got somebody like Ted Turner that had some money that he could buy it. So maybe everybody got a piece of money out of it, and Ted took it and did what he could with it.
Let me ask you, at the time when the purchase was made, was it time for a change? I mean, because I keep thinking, and I can't recall, Teddy. So, and guys, those of you who have these memories like a steel trap, it's not me. But I seem to recall just before WCW came around and the NWA was still there, it got kind of wonky at the end, didn't it?
Well, here's what you got to realize. They going for the TV. Ted Turner's got the TV. So if you got the TV, then that's the money. Okay, and now you got more viewers, you got more people to see you. So Turner Broadcasting was stronger than the local TV stations.
Yeah, and of course that meant more money for the boys because they're going to get paid more money.
No,
really,
not no money for the boys. Maybe more money for the promoters.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look here. If you start getting that kind of exposure, I'd be wanting to renegotiate my contracts.
Well, you can renegotiate all you want, okay? That ain't happening. And I don't know whether you ever heard the story, but, back in the day, Luger was the only person that had a contract, and they tried to kayfabe it. So now if you ain't got no contract, what you gonna fight for? You get a weekly, whatever they told you, and that's it.
Yeah, the contracts are so different now too than they were back in the day. Because I mean, back then
I made $75 putting up the ring, taking the ring down, and refereeing.
Yeah, and if you were sick, did you get paid if you didn't show up?
I couldn't tell them I was sick.
No, because you couldn't, because you wouldn't have gotten paid.
Right,
and you might not have had a job.
There you go. Might have got fired too.
Yep. Ken in Oregon. Now, this is kind of neat. I saw this come in, and Teddy, this is kind of a playoff of, what if you could relive one moment, what would it be? Well, Ken's got it a little bit different. He wants to know if you could remove one part of your career, what would it be and why?
I don't think I'd want to remove anything from my career. I've had a real successful career. God has really blessed me, man. I come from a lot,
Yeah.
and I'm still alive. So only thing I would want to do with my career is just look over it and just say, thank you, God. Thank you for sparing my life. Because there were times that I could have been dead or could have killed myself, OD. I'm on everything. I'm on A to Z, brother. Believe me.
Yep.
So, like I said, God has really took care of me. So people have to come to realize, you ain't keep hanging around if you keep acting stupid. If the man's giving you a chance, then maybe there's something out here left for you to do. So you can't do it being an idiot. So, I quit being an idiot and I learned, not I learned how to become a man, and look out for myself and not be mistreated. But you can be mistreated, but there's a way you play in that game too.
Oh yeah.
Be mistreated for a little while, but you still gotta get your check too. But don't be a sellout.
Yeah. I totally agree with that, Teddy. Let's see. By the way, Mijan wanted to say that the highlight of 2025 for him was working with you.
Well, I want you to pay me the rest of my money too.
Money
No, I'm
back.
just let me talk. I'm just messing with you, man.
How much does he owe you now, Teddy? With interest.
I ain't gonna say.
Let's see, Money Mac. It's good to see you in here, man. I mean, hell, your name's Mac. How can you not like it? Hello, all. Coming to you from the Bay Area in San Francisco. He knows I like saying this. San Francisco, California.
Yeah, yeah, Money Mac. We appreciate you every week, man. Thanks for checking in, player.
Let's see. We got a few more in here. We'll try to squeeze in before we pick a winner tonight. Let's see. Let's see. One change that sucks. This is Mijan saying he's not having Teddy Long as the general manager.
Well, here's what you got to realize. Everything comes to an end at some time in life. You know what I mean? I can't be the general manager for life. And like I said, I think I had a great run, 9 years. Vince McMahon wouldn't have kept me 9 years if I wasn't doing my job. And people speak and see me each and every day, and they say things that make me know what I did. And that's why I pay attention to what people say that they don't have to say. So I had a lot of people behind me that helped me a lot, told me a lot of things that helped me stay in the wrestling business. Because one time I got real angry and I had it, and there was a guy that called me and talked to me and made me hang on. So like I said, I just owe everything to God. That's all I can tell you. And to the guys that like JBL and so many guys, man. And I don't want to just start calling names because I had to call a lot of names because there were a lot of guys that really helped me and really showed me a lot of love. But JBL was one of the great ones, man. And John was just a great guy.
Let's see. Dave is saying that what's your favorite arena that you've been in, Teddy?
Oh, golly. I don't know, man. I think the LA Coliseum. Probably, and just was a thrill just to be there, to walk out in the LA Coliseum. That's the deal.
Oh, yeah.
But that, a lot of like Madison Square Garden was another one. And, I think Madison Square Garden let me down a little bit because I was always thinking this Madison Square Garden, this big, huge place, man. And when I finally got there, I'm like, holy, so it was a small building, you know what I mean? Golly, so yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how places like that, even the ECW Arena, that's talked about so much, it's not anything special. It's a very small place. It just is a famous place for professional wrestling, especially for the wrestlers. I mean, it's no matter what. I don't care who gets in that building at any time in the next 20, 30 years, maybe even longer. It will always be the old ECW Arena, period.
Right.
Let's see. We got a few more things in here. Wow. Let's see. Oh, we were talking about if you could erase something, from memory. And Steve just popped in and said Al Wilson in his underwear. Do you remember Al Wilson? He was doing the Tori Wilson. He was the father for Tori Wilson, and he was dating one of the girls from ECW. I can't remember what her name is. And he walking around in this tidy whities. Oh my God. Can't believe
I kind of remember that now, but what I'd really like to erase from my memory, and I wasn't even a part of it, I was at home watching this, was that idiot Titus O'Neil running down to the ring and just taking his own bump. I mean, how clumsy can you be?
Teddy, when that happened, I couldn't. It took me a second to see. Did I just see what I thought I saw? And then you start the playbacks, and you're like, "Holy crap!" He's lucky you didn't kill himself. I mean, because when you slide up under a ring like that, there's a lot of metal. I mean, the frame of that ring is metal.
Titus O'Neil is the type of guy that would try to put a bag of M&Ms in alphabetical order.
He couldn't run a 2-button elevator. All right, let's see. We're just joking around.
No, I'm not.
Dave saying, was Vader really a jerk?
I guess to some people, I don't know. I never did have any problems with him. But I wasn't really close around him much either. But I remember one time I did have him and Tony Ellis. I got in a car with him and Tony Ellis one time, and I don't think they liked each other too much. They really was talking pretty rough to each other.
Let's see, Teddy, we really are about to hop out of here because we're going to run out of time. But Steve is asking a good question here. If you could be a character again on TV with WWE, how would you want to be written off?
I was never a character. I was me.
Well, how would you like your story to end?
Well, as I just thought I've had enough. You know what I mean? And I think it's time for me, to step up, be a man, and pass the torch. Not like you see some guys just don't know when to take the cape off. You see, but I know when to take the cape off. But I'd have liked to did it like that, pass it on to someone else. You know what I mean? And like they did it that way.
Real quick, one more, and then Teddy, you got to pick tonight. And it's not popping up, but there it goes. Boss saying, speaking of tidy whities, Teddy was in the ring when Pat Patterson stink-faced Rikishi. So, tell me about that experience in the ring, Teddy. Were you cracking up laughing, or were you trying to keep a straight face?
How you gonna keep a straight face looking at that?
What did Vince give you any instructions though on how to react as that happens? I know he gets in there sometimes and goes, "Do this,"
Yeah, no. Well, if he wants something, but Vince likes your own real reaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once you see something like that, I'd rather see it real than what I told you to do, because you might oversell. You know what I mean? Just too much drama.
Did you know that spot was coming, or did you see it in real
time?
Oh,
no, they talking. Oh, yeah, I knew that. Yeah. I was just waiting to see it.
All right, Teddy, you got to
got me one time too. He got me stink-faced me too now.
Who?
Rikishi.
Oh, Rikishi, but it wasn't Pat Patterson.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, it wasn't Tidy Whitey Patty.
I want to say that he even had a little brown mark, a little racetrack in his skivvies, if I'm not mistaken.
I love Pat Patterson. God rest his soul, man. What a nice guy, man. He was another guy that came and told me stuff that he didn't have to. He helped me a lot too.
Well, let's be honest too. Pat Patterson is missed in wrestling. He was one of the best when it came to a finish for a match. Pat, man, he had some of the best finishes in wrestling, have all come from the mind of Pat Patterson. He's the one that they would call. I think Vince even said it. That's who he called if he needed a finish, because there was two people early on. He called on Dusty Rhodes. Even when Dusty wasn't there, I understand he would reach out and say, "How would you do this?" And Pat Patterson was just somebody he fully trusted.
And I tell you something, and like I said, he was always come and talk to me. He'd play with me a little sometimes, mess with me. But he said something to me that he didn't have to say. One night I walked out, got this huge pop. I come back. He stopped me. He said, "Teddy, they really wanted to see you." He didn't have to tell me that. Didn't nobody else tell me that, and they heard it. Yep. So that's what I'm saying. You pay attention to what people say that they don't have to say. And Absolutely. I know he wasn't blowing smoke. He meant it.
Yeah. And well, even the bad part though is, Teddy, and then we'll get out of here, is that I know there are times when you knew that somebody was just full of shit, and you just had to sit there and smile, and yourself, you're going, "I know who you are." I got your
Yeah.
game. so,
I
Teddy, pick
smiled
somebody.
well, no, I'll let that go.
Yeah.
All
All right, pick somebody tonight. Who are we going to send a hat to?
Oh man, we had a lot of great questions. I
Yeah,
guess
we
we
did.
will send one to what's the guy wanted to know about what my bad experience or something like that.
Your bad experience. Oh,
Wait, I want to write off something if I could remember.
yeah, okay, I got it. It's Ken in Oregon.
Yeah,
so Ken, Ken, we'll send
Okay.
you out a hat, my friend. And I don't know if I have your address. If I do not, leave me a message and I will grab that address and make sure we get it out to you. But I don't think I have it. So make sure you send that to me. Otherwise, I'll try to find you. All right, Teddy, that's it. We'll be back again next Wednesday night, same time, same place. I say that because we switched nights. You're probably thinking, well, hell, you just switched nights. Yeah, Wednesday night, 7:00 Eastern time. That's when we're here. And we certainly appreciate you joining us. Do us a favor, subscribe. That really helps this channel. We're trying to grow this into something a little bit more, but we can't do that until we get to 10,000 people. So you guys are going to help us get there. I certainly hope so. Share this. Ask your friends to subscribe as well.
And when we get to 10,000 people, I'll buy me some headsets. I'll kind of look like I'm doing a podcast.
Well, see, I wear mine right here. I just pop them in.
I don't wear nothing.
Well, no, I don't want to know that. All right, we're out of here.
And right here I'm in my warehouse, my second bedroom. It looks like a warehouse.
Actually, that's a storage unit he's living in right there.
Yes, it is.
We'll see you again next week.
Yeah.